Let's talk about the first process of integration management. It's called Develop Project Charter. And really our mission in Develop Project Charter is to develop a project charter. The project charter is a document that authorizes the project. It gives the project manager authority to apply resources to the project, and it also recognizes the project as being an endeavor that the organization is backing, okay? So it's called Develop Project Charter. On your PMP exam, this could be a significant amount of points. It could be actually almost 6.5, because in initiating, remember, this is an initiating, and it carries 6.5%. The second process of integration management is called Develop Project Management Plan. This is where the project manager and the team puts together the big plan that governs the entire project. If you take a look here, Develop Project Management Plan has certain inputs. The project charter is one. Outputs from other processes is a catchphrase for all the subsidiary plans and baselines that ultimately become part of the project management plan, which is the output of this process. Remember, the mission is to assemble all subsidiary plans and baselines. So if we are assembling all subsidiary plans and baselines, we do need outputs from other processes. Direct and manage project work has got to be one of the most important processes in the PMBOK guide. And the reason is this. It's so relevant because it's from this process that you actually get deliverables as an output. I mean, what would you do without your deliverable? I mean, your customer would send you right back. So when it comes to direct and manage project work, the mission is to execute the work in the project management plan. That is really what we are trying to do. Now, if you take a look at the inputs to direct and manage project work, you'll see you've got the project management plan because you're actually trying to execute the project management plan. You've also got approved change requests because as you go through the project, as you get change requests, those change requests are approved, and when they're approved, you need to execute the work in those change requests. So we've got it here.
Welcome back. Let's talk about the next process of project management. This is a new process in the world of the PMBOK guide. It's called Manage Project Knowledge. Now, as the word knowledge implies, this is all about using knowledge and generating knowledge. Using knowledge that may exist from a previous project or a previous stage in the project, and also creating or generating new knowledge to be used in the firm. So this is a very impactful process that cuts across the entire organization and not just focused on the project. Let's take a look at what this is. Managed project knowledge involves using existing knowledge to support organizational and project elements. It also involves creating new knowledge to achieve the project goals and improve project outcomes. This process should be continually carried out through the project.
Monitor and control project work. This is all about monitoring and controlling the entire work on the project from an integrative standpoint. As you monitor and control project work, you take a look at all of the controlling processes and you integrate them to deliver valuable information to management. For example, from all of the controlling processes, you get work performance information. But that is all well and good, not very valuable until you put everything into perspective, into a collective report known as a work performance report. It is in this process called monitor and control project work that we actually get such a report that puts together all of the information into a single report. So it's a very important process to be aware of. The mission is monitor and control work across the entire project. So it's an integrative process. Perform integrated change control. This is a very important process in that it centralizes the receipt of all change requests. It also centralizes the review of all change requests. If you ever see change requests as an input to a process, it's this process. There's only one process that uses change requests as an input. And that's because change requests need to be reviewed. They need to be approved or rejected by the Change Control Board, the CCB. A very important term to remember for your PMP exam. Perform Integrated Change Control has a mission for the CCB to approve or reject changes. The outcomes of change reviews are documented in the change log. And that's really what happens here. We get change requests going in. We apply our change control tools, our processes and approaches for reviewing the changes, and out comes your change log or your approved change request. The final process of integration management is called close, project, or phase. As you can see, our mission here is transitioning the deliverable to the customer and carrying out a final lessons learned for a phase or the project as a whole.
Hello and welcome to the 1 Minute Plus summary for integration management based on the PMBOK Guide 6th edition. The first process we encounter here is known as Develop Project Charter. This is where we put the project charter together, and the next process is Develop Project Management Plan. This is where we assemble all the plans for the project by bringing all those subsidiary plans together into a project management plan. The next process is called Direct and Manage Project Work. Now, a few very important things happen here. First of all, we get work performance data. Work performance data is your raw observations made on the project. We also get the issue log as an output. Any misunderstandings and misalignments must be documented in this issue log. Last but not least, very importantly, we get deliverables as a key output. You know deliverables. Without these, your project will not come to an end, because that's the goal for your project, to create that deliverable. Our next process is Manage Project Knowledge. This is where knowledge is generated and managed and used, and all of that is governed. Our major output here is a lessons learned register with this knowledge that needs to be used and managed. Our next process is Monitor and Control Project Work. In this process, we make sure that we compile work performance information and all sorts of other useful documents to create a work performance report. The work performance report gives the team and stakeholders information about where the project team is as a whole, guidance about what to do in the future, and forecasts. Our next process is Perform Integrated Change Control. This is where a group of people, typically known as the Change Control Board, review change requests. So we've got change requests going in, we've got approved change requests coming out, and subliminally we've got a change log, which is part of project documents updates. The last thing of integration management is the close, project, or phase process. And in this process, we want to make sure that we have a final product, service, or result transition to the customer. Also very important, from here, we get a final report for the project. And that concludes our 1 Minute Plus summary for integration management.